On the Beach stands as a poignant 1959 American post-apocalyptic science fiction drama film produced by United Artists, showcasing a stellar cast including Gregory Peck, Ava Gardner, Fred Astaire, and Anthony Perkins. Guided by the skilled hands of director and producer Stanley Kramer, the film derives its narrative foundation from Nevil Shute's 1957 novel of the same name. In a cinematic portrayal of the aftermath of a nuclear war, the film, in contrast to the novel, abstains from affixing blame for the conflict, attributing the global catastrophe to a volatile mix of fear, accident, and misjudgment. Fast forward to 1964, and World War III has left the Northern Hemisphere in ruins, bereft of human life. The insidious drift of fallout towards the Southern Hemisphere points to Melbourne, Australia, as the last major city on Earth slated for an inevitable demise. Enter the USS Sawfish, an American nuclear submarine under the command of the stoic Captain Dwight Towers. This vessel arrives in Melbourne and swiftly falls under the jurisdiction of the Royal Australian Navy. The narrative unfolds as Peter Holmes, a young Australian naval officer with familial ties, is designated as Towers' liaison. A celebration at Holmes' home introduces Towers to two pivotal characters, Julian Osborne, a despondent nuclear scientist who played a role in constructing the destructive bombs, and Moira Davidson, a solitary alcoholic who develops a tentative and complex attraction to Towers. Despite Davidson's genuine affection, Towers grapples with reciprocation, haunted by the tragic truth of his wife and children's demise in the United States. The plot takes an intriguing turn with the introduction of a scientific theory positing the rapid dissipation of radiation in the Northern Hemisphere. This theory sparks hope that Antarctica might remain habitable. Simultaneously, mysterious Morse code signals emanate from the lifeless west coast of the United States, defying logic.
The radio signal is coming from around San Diego, and they shouldn't be.
Towers, accompanied by Peter and Julian, embarks on a journey with the Sawfish to investigate these signals. Alas, the expedition's early optimism is shattered as the crew discovers persistently lethal radiation levels at Point Barrow, Alaska. San Francisco, a once vibrant city, now lies devoid of life. A poignant moment unfolds as a crew member, desperate to be with his family, deserts the submarine to meet his end on the now desolate shores. The narrative crescendos at a refinery near San Diego, identified as the source of the enigmatic Morse signals. Here, a bizarre yet profoundly human discovery unfolds. A telegraph key, entangled in a window shade's pull cord and triggered by a half-full Coca-Cola bottle swaying in the breeze, is the unexpected origin of the random radio signals. Returning to Australia, the USS Sawfish stands as a harbinger of the inevitable. Towers is reunited with Davidson, and revelations unfold about the fate of U.S. Navy personnel in Brisbane. Towers is entrusted with command over the remaining U.S. naval forces, and Osborne, now a possessor of the fastest Ferrari in Australia, secures a bittersweet victory at the Australian Grand Prix. The film skillfully weaves the personal with the apocalyptic, granting viewers a glimpse into the emotional landscapes of its characters. Towers' fidelity to duty is juxtaposed with Davidson's unrequited love, and Osborne's triumph in the Grand Prix serves as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of achievements in a world on the brink of extinction. In a poignant turn of events, Davidson utilizes her connections to hasten the opening of the trout season, fulfilling Towers' wish. The couple embarks on a fishing trip, offering a momentary escape from the impending doom. The film navigates through themes of love, duty, and the human spirit against the backdrop of a world unraveling. As the narrative hurtles towards its inexorable conclusion, Towers faces the harsh reality of his crew succumbing to radiation sickness. A somber decision looms as Towers pulls his crew, leading to a collective choice to return to the United States to face their final moments. Osborne's tragic end in his Ferrari garage, Davidson's heart-wrenching farewell to Towers at the docks, and the Sawfish submerging into the depths form a crescendo of emotions. In the film's denouement, Melbourne's once bustling streets now lay deserted, echoing with a profound silence. Salvation Army banners persistently remind the few remaining witnesses that there might still be time. Nevil Shute's discontent with the film's final cut reflects a clash between artistic vision and adaptation. Shute, dissatisfied with perceived compromises to the story's integrity, distanced himself from the production, mirroring the thematic rifts within the film itself. Gregory Peck, aligning with Schute's perspective, found himself on the side of artistic fidelity, yet the creative choices of Stanley Kramer emerged triumphant. The film diverges significantly from the novel's narrative trajectory. The origin of World War III, a central thread in the novel, sees alteration in the film. While the novel attributes the war to specific actions of Albania, Egypt, and other nations, the film opts for ambiguity, choosing not to depict the nuclear attacks explicitly. Instead, the audience is thrust into the midst of the USS Sawfish's journey, creating an immediacy that propels the story forward. Further distinctions arise in the characters themselves. The film introduces alterations, removals, and additions to both major and minor characters. Moira Davidson, portrayed as a slender, petite blonde in her mid-20s in the novel, takes on a different form in the film, embodied by the 36-year-old brunette Ava Gardner. The character of John Osborne, a 20-something bachelor in the novel, undergoes a transformation with Fred Astaire portraying the 60-year-old Julian Osborne in the film. The dynamics between characters shift as well, with Moira and John being cousins in the novel and former lovers in the film. Admiral Bridie and Lieutenant Hosegood emerge as film-specific characters absent from the novel, contributing to the adaptation's unique narrative texture. The Morse code signals, a crucial plot element, diverge in origin and significance between the two mediums. In the novel, they originate from a naval training base near Seattle, while the film opts for a power station near San Diego, creating suspense and hope for potential survivors. As Lieutenant Sunderstrom embarks on his search for the signal's author, time constraints and alterations in the film lead to nuanced differences from the novel. The film's depiction of San Francisco's undamaged skyline, in contrast to the novel's portrayal of a largely destroyed city, illustrates the creative liberties taken in visualizing the post-apocalyptic world. The film's finale diverges from the novel's conclusion, introducing new elements and omitting others. The novel concludes with Davidson, having taken suicide pills, watching the USS Scorpion head out to sea to be scuttled. In contrast, the film introduces a collective decision among the crew to return to the United States, emphasizing the theme of choosing one's fate. The act of scuttling the submarine, a prominent element in the novel, finds no mention in the film. In the novel's epilogue, small pockets of human survivors persist, offering a glimmer of hope. Australia maintains radio contact with locations like Montevideo and Cape Town, showcasing a nuanced survival narrative. The film, however, chooses a more desolate portrayal, hinting at the potential existence of other survivors but emphasizing the urgency and significance of Melbourne's situation.